Hi guys, in this video we are going to solve the sample paper section A for GAT-P. Question number 1. Mr. X, Mr. Y and Mr. Z went to a fruit shop to purchase the apples and oranges at a fixed price for each orange and apple. Now the transaction amount of each purchase was noted. 1. Mr. X purchased 8 oranges and 4 apples. Mr. Y purchased 16 oranges and 8 apples. 3. Mr. Z purchased 6 oranges and 5 apples. So the individual prices of oranges and apples can be obtained by which one of the following? There is option 1 and 2. There is second option of 1 and 3, either 1 and 3 equation or 2 and 3, or option number 3 1, 2 and 3, option number 4 insufficient data. Now since they have asked the individual prices of oranges and apples, that is where we need to find about the two variables, that is orange and apple. Okay, and when we find about two variables, we make a simultaneous equation in linear variable. We use two equations to find out the value for each variable. So here also we will be needing equation 1 and equation 2. We really don't need to find out the value of each, so we don't have to calculate anything. We just have to apply the logic that for any two equations we can use either 1 or 2, or we can use just 1 and 3 or 2 and 3. There can be 3 possibilities. So only option 2 goes with it, which gives us 2 possibilities. So the answer will be option number 2. Question number 2. A watch repairman noticed that the clock under repair showed 12 minutes slow at 10 p.m. and he made an adjustment and then went home. Next day at 10 a.m. the clock showed 10:12 a.m. At what time the clock would have shown the correct time? Okay, at what time the clock would have shown the correct time? And the options are 1 0.58 3 infinite 3s, 0 option number 2 0.1 many 6 and then 7, then option number 3 0.175, and option number 4 5 am. Now it is very clearly seen among the 4 options, the only option which has a time mentioned is this option number 4, where it's specifically shown as 5 am. So the option will be D. Question number 3. In a class of 15, the mean marks is 25. For the unit examination was 25 with a standard deviation at 0. So what will be the correct interpretation? A. Half the class had a score less than 25. B. There was a high correlation between ability and grade. And option number C. Everyone had a score of exactly 25. Option number 4. Half the class had zeros and half had 25s. Now what do we really mean by standard deviation is that what the members of a group, that is all those 15 people, what was the mean, 15 people's mean deviates by how much, the each marks of the 15 people who got deviates how much from the mean. Now it seems it doesn't deviate at all, the value is 0. That means all of them must have the same value, same marks, otherwise it would have deviated at least point something. Since it is 0, that means everybody will have a score exactly of 25. So the answer will be option number C. Question number 4. A person traveled 3 kilometers towards west and continued walking 4 kilometers towards north. So the shortest distance from the point of starting to the current position is, if this is the starting position and he went 3 kilometers towards the west and then he went 4 kilometers towards the north, so and this is the final position, start and final. So what will be the shortest distance? It will be the displacement, which is this will be the shortest distance. Okay, so let this be A. Now they have told what will be the value of the shortest distance, so we can calculate this. Since this is a right angle triangle, we can use the Pythagoras theorem and calculate the shortest distance, which will be 3 square plus 4 square equal to A square, hypotenuse square. So it will be 9 plus 16 is equal to A square, 25 is equal to A square, then root over 25 will be A, and 5 will be the answer. So answer will be 5 kilometer. Question number 5. Mohan is 18th from either end of a row of boys. So how many boys are there in that row? Okay, 26, 32, 37, 35. Easiest way to do this will be if we consider that there is a bench of people where Mohan is 18th from the left, okay, and he's also the 18th boy from right. How many people in total, how many total boys is there? So we will, if we see from the left, so there is still here 18 people, and if we see from here, then also he will come at 18, but we will subtract minus, it will overlap over here, so we will just subtract minus 1 from here and we will get the total number of boys. So there will be 18 and here will be 17, so it should be 18 plus 17, 35. So the option can be seen in D, so answer is D. Question number 6. Soldier is related to army in the same way as pupil is related to A. education, B. teacher, C. student, and D. class. Now pupil means and learner, okay, like a part of many learners in a class or in a hall or in a school. No, yeah, same. Education won't be an analogy to pupil and like how it's soldier to army, because it's a system. And teacher is also a single individual we are talking about. Student is similar to pupil, but there is a difference, because it is almost similar but it's not the same. But as an analogy, it won't be pupil and student being same, it won't be part of a big group. But pupil is related to class, young learners, like 5 learners in a single class, right? So the answer will be D. So question number 7. What should come in the place of x in the following series 3, 8, 6, 14x, 20? Is it 11, 10, 8 or 9? We will write the series like this. We will divide into 2 parts. Okay, 3, 6 and x, and we will write 8, 14 and 20. Now if we see that here is a pattern of plus 6 and plus 6, and here if you see there is a pattern of plus 3, and we will just add plus 3 over here, so the answer will come as 9. Question number 8. A man has some buffaloes and ducks. If the number of heads is 70 and the number of legs is 200, then the number of buffaloes is, okay, let this buffaloes be X and this ducks be Y. And they have said the head is 70 and the legs is 200. Now if we see buffaloes and ducks, both of them will have a single head only, so we can write that X and Y if sums to 70. This will be equation number 1, and here it says legs, total number of legs is 200, both buffalo and duck together. So buffaloes will have 4 legs, so we can write 4x, and ducks will have 2 legs, so it will be 2y, which is total 200. This is equation number 2. And if we solve from here, from equation 1 we can write that y is 70 minus x. Okay, now if we write this value of y in equation number 2, we will get 4x plus 2 into y's value here will be 70 minus x will be 200. Now if we solve this equation, 4x plus 140 minus 2x will be 200. 4x minus 2x will be 2x, which will be 200 minus 140, which will be 60. Therefore x will be 60 by 2, which is 30. So x is the buffaloes, so number of buffaloes will be 30. Answer will be A. Number 9. Identify the pair that best expresses the relationship similar to that expressed in days to week. Like 1 week is 7 days. So is it A, foot is to inch, where 1 foot is 12 inches. Second is to time, 60 seconds, but second is a part of time. Okay, time is to duration, or acres is to hectares. Since its day is to week, single day of a whole week, so it won't be foot is to inch, not even acres to hectares. Now time is said to be with duration, but there is second is to time seems to be the best relationship similar to this, days to week. So for question number 9, the answer will be B. Question number 10. A 300 base pair long B form of plasmid DNA has 20 complete turns, and this DNA molecule is A positively supercoiled, B negatively supercoiled, C relaxed, or D cannot be predicted. Now in relaxed state, this B DNA is supposed to have 10 base pair per turn. So that means 100 base pair is supposed to have what, 10 turns, and therefore 300 base pairs will have 30 turns. But here in this case we can see that 300 base pair has 20 turns. That means it has 10 less turns. That means it is under rotated, and that which is basically more open, more less coils are there. That means it is not relaxed or not so positively supercoiled. It will be negatively supercoiled. Question number 11. Which one of the following sequences is a palindrome? Now we know the palindrome is like if a word or variable letters will read left from the left or right will be identical, and for a nucleic or DNA sequence, nucleic acid sequence, the palindrome is when a strand which reads from 5' to 3', the complementary strand 3' to 5' will be identical to the opposite strand when read from the 3' to 5' direction. So for option number A, if we see, write the complementary strands DNA sequence, it will be starting with T, then G will be appearing, but we can already see that the other strand 3', it is a C instead of a T, so it can't be the correct option, so this is cancel out. 5' AT, so this will be like TC again. This is not the same thing which read from the 3' of the other strand, so this is wrong. For option number 3, 5', this will be TGG. Again, it is not the correct one because it's wrong, not the same in the 3' direction of the other strand. So option number D is the only one left. We will see it's 3', it will be reading like TCC, and it is identical to the 3' sequence of the other strand, so this is the correct option. Question number 12. The nucleotide sequence in an mRNA is given from 5' to 3' direction. Now, assuming that the ribosomes could translate this mRNA, then how many amino acids long would you expect the resulting polypeptide chain to be? They are asking there will be how many amino acids. So, this is an mRNA which is translated by the ribosome. So, when we can see the codons over here, we can see spot a start codon which is AUG methionine, which will be coded. So, this will be one amino acid, this will be the second amino acid, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Then comes UAG, which is a stop codon, and this won't be translated. So the amino acids in total which will be translated from this mRNA will be 6, and that's option number A. Question number 13. The difference between two numbers is 4 and the difference of their squares is 152. Then the sum of these two numbers is what? Given options 44, 38, 30 and 40. Now let us just consider these two numbers to be x and y, and from equation 1 if we write that the difference between them, x minus y, is 4, and it is saying that the difference of the squares is 152. We can write that as x square minus y square is equal to 152. Now to solve this, we will modify this equation x square minus y square to be x plus y into x minus y. Now only we can see that they are asking about this sum x plus y, and they have already provided us the x minus y. We will just put the values x plus y into 4 is equal to 152. Therefore x plus y, which is the one we require, the sum of the two numbers will be 152 divided by 4, which is 38. So the answer is option number B. So question number 14. A producer must select a pair consisting of one lead actor and one supporting actor from 6 candidates. The total number of possible pairs that could be selected are. So it's a combination problem where how many ways you select a pair from 6 candidates. So using the formula of combination, that is NCR, we will write 6CR, 62. So that will be 6 factorial by 6 minus 2 factorial and 2 factorial. So we can write that as 6 into 5 into 4 factorial by 4 factorial into 2 factorial, which is here they will get cut, and 30 divided by 2. 2 factorial is 2 into 1, so it will be 15. So the answer will be from these options, it will be A. Question number 15. The Buddh International Circuit length is 5.1 kilometers and one Formula 1 driver made 61.5 runs around that circuit and then stopped the race. So what is the net displacement from the start light? Okay, and the options are given: 313.65, 311.1, 2.55 and 0. Now if we see the circuit length like this, and it is total in 5.1 kilometers, and this Formula 1 driver made 61.5 rounds of it from the starting point, and it stopped here. Now it is asking the net displacement. We know displacement means the distance between the starting point and the final point, and we can see if the driver finishes the race over here, there is not really a distance left between them, and the start point and the final point is the same, so the net displacement will be 0. Option number D is the correct one. Question number 16. On a bright sunny day, a healthy person with perfect eyesight walking on a tar road, saw the legs of a deer were blurred or heavy on the surface which is far ahead of him. And this unusual image formation is because of A. Total internal reflection of the light, B. Total external reflection of the light into the medium, C. Total absorption of the light into the surface because of black surface, and D. Total emission of light from the surface. Well, so what happens on a bright sunny day is that on the road, this area, suppose this area on the road is getting all the sun rays, which is very hot, and the air just above it will also be affected, and it will turn comparatively more hot than the layer of air above that. So what will happen? Two mediums will get formed, and due to this medium, when the light reaches there, the incident light, which is supposed to get refracted, but due to the large critical angle formed, the light doesn't get refracted, instead it gets reflected into the same medium and it forms a mirage. That is why blurred images are formed, and it appears blurred or wavy on the surface, which is now far ahead of him, and this unusual image formation is because of this total internal reflection of the light, which leads to the formation of that mirage. The answer will be A. Question number 17. In which of the following situations the entropy may be maximum? Option number 1, a class full of students without the teacher, a class full of students with the teacher, a class full of students answering an annual examination which is monitored by a video camera, and an empty classroom. Now entropy refers to the energy, right? Maximum disordered energy, and maximum disordered energy is relates to high entropy because the randomness is more, and this is only possible when there is a lot of energy present and a lot of distribution is also possible. And we all know, as students, a class full of students without the teacher being present is completely opposite to what when the teacher is present. So all of them shouting not in their places is what creates so much energy in the children. So the option will be A. Question number 18. The two most common processes that lead to the production of multiple functional proteins from the same DNA sequences are A. RNA editing and alternative splicing, B. differential protein folding and protein splicing, C. differential polyadenylation of 3' UTR and capping, and 4. differential usage of enhancers and suppressors. Well, it can't be option number 4 because enhancers and suppressor is for a single gene. It will lead to the enhancement of the gene expression or suppress it. So this is not the correct option. Differential polyadenylation of 3' UTR and capping is also talking about the same protein. Differential protein folding and protein splicing. Now we know that protein splicing takes place on is a post translation mechanism, and it takes place on the same protein for its activation or activity. So it is not multiple functional proteins we are talking about. So the answer is alternative splicing, because here the mRNA is spliced in alternative ways to create multiple functional proteins, and the DNA sequences remain the same, and is followed by RNA editing. So the answer will be A. Question number 19. Which of the following statements is false? The potassium channel allows potassium ions through the plasma membrane. It can't be false, because what other than that will the potassium channel do? B. Porin allows chloride ions to pass through the plasma membrane. C. Thermogenin allows protons to pass from the inner mitochondrial membrane to the matrix. That's a true line. 4. The gap junction channel allows ions to pass from the cytosol of one cell to that of the other. True. The only thing which is wrong is this: porin allows chloride ions to pass, because chloride ions pass from the ion channels, and porins are very selective and allows only certain molecules to pass through it. So the answer will be B. Question number 20. Which of the following statements about the glycolysis pathway in the cytosol is incorrect? First, it makes ATP. So it can't be incorrect, because glycolysis pathway does make 2 ATPs net. Option number 2, it makes acetyl-CoA. Well, glycolysis pathway doesn't make acetyl-CoA directly, but it makes pyruvate, which follows and the forward reaction forms acetyl-CoA later on. Next, it interacts with the pentose phosphate pathway. Again, pentose phosphate pathway and glycolysis are parallel, but sometimes when ATP and those are already high, it enters the pentose phosphate pathway to make other intermediates, and so the glucose phosphate required by pentose phosphate pathway may be they take it from the glycolysis pathway. So it does interact. So in the end, it can feed to gluconeogenesis. It is not correct, because gluconeogenesis is exactly the opposite of what glycolysis is doing. And yeah, so the answer is D. Question number 21. So the tryptophan operon is transcribed when? A. Tryptophan concentration in the cell is high. B. The tryptophan repressor is bound to tryptophan or a similar shaped molecule. C. Tryptophan is bound to its aporepressor and the appropriate corepressor is absent. Now, let me say that tryptophan is the corepressor and it's a negative regulator operon. So when tryptophan is high, it is definitely not going to be transcribed. So this won't be. The TRP repressor is bound to tryptophan. Again, if the repressor is bound to the co-repressor, then it will never be transcribed. C. Tryptophan is bound to its aporepressor. So this co-repressor is when it's bound to aporepressor, that means the operon will be active and it won't be transcribing TRP operon. TRP operon won't be transcribed. But when the co-repressor, that is tryptophan, is absent, only and only then the repressor won't be binding to it and the tryptophan, the TRP operon will be transcribed. So the answer will be D. So guys, to support us, you please comment your views and subscribe for more videos. Thanks.